Hi, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Kristelvene, and I'm one of the co-founders of Flavodata. My background is flavor science, like most of you here in the webinar. I'll make a screen share. So I will make a very short introduction about the Flavodata. And then we peek into the database, what can be found there. And then if we have time, then we can take some Q&A. And we try to be roughly about 30 minutes. Everybody has heard about the cork taint issue that was very actual to wine producers 10, 15 years ago. Every fifth bottle was contaminated with TCA. Scientists did their work. They found out what was the compound TCA and how it got there. And now the cork taint has decreased enormous amount. So we can say that we are more or less solved this issue. The concept of Flavodata is the same, to bring up-to-date scientific knowledge to food industry so we can help them solve such issues or prevent such issues. Our clients are product developers, quality specialists from small and medium-sized enterprises and from developed countries. Their problem is off flavors, either consumer complaints or they have found out themselves that something is wrong with their product and they need information fast. Of course, alternative way is to find information from scientific literature, but that is not fast. This database will have an annual access fee, and we start marketing from European market, which has about 300,000 food companies. Our team is flavor scientists, marketing, IT, and the last person, Walter, he has also a degree in business. And we are also taking part of one business mentor program. So we have 2 actual business mentors on board as well. So why should you participate in Flavodata project? I'm making an assumption that you as a flavor scientist want to share your discoveries. One way to share this is to make scientific publications. But let's be honest, how many of us actually publish off-flavor incidents? I have done about 20 of those, but published maybe 1, and that also in a conference publication. So we offer a way to publish this information fast, and only the most important information: what happened, where happened, why it happened, and how to prevent it. Because this is the information the food companies need. They don't care if what kind of column we used or what kind of fiber we used or temperature programming or which instruments. They just want to know the most relevant information. Secondly, if you participate, you can also have a free access to the database. There you can find information if you are solving such off-flavor incidents, so you can search for info. And we also want to make the database or the platform as a marketplace. If you publish off-flavor incidents, then you increase the visibility of yourself as a scientist or your lab. And if you sell services, for example, flavor trainings, then the services can also be there, so the food industry can very easily find the services that you offer. With the database, we want to guarantee the solution to our clients. What does that mean? It means that, first of all, there is a notification system in place, so they can prevent issues. For example, they mark that they are interested in dairy products. Then every time a new incident is published, then they get a notification that there is a new incident, and they can be up to date all the time. If they have an incident, then they can try to find solutions from the database and try to solve the incidents by themselves. But we also want to guarantee to our clients that if they don't find a solution from the database, they can send their products to analysis. So this is where you step in as scientists. The more you publish, the more you know. The more we know that which is your experience field, and when we need to send products to analysis, then we choose which is the closest lab, which is available, or which has the highest experience in whatever product category what is needed to analyze. So let's go and find out what is the Flavodata. You can access Flavodata. If you already don't have a username, then make a username. At the moment, everything is free, and you can just go into the database. Many of you have already done so. So this is the first view that you will see if you enter the database. It's a molecule search view, and you can search molecules by gas number, flavor quality, molecule name, or retention index, for example. That would be interesting for us, yeah, as a scientist. I will not go in detail with that, but I will show you how to search incidents. So these are all the compounds that are in the database at the moment. We are keep adding those, but it all takes time. And those that are marked black, they have an incident behind it. So let's say you want to know something moldy. So you can either go and find where might moldy be, but the easiest way is just to type in moldy. Pay attention that there is a scroll bar here, and the moldy comes up here if you scroll down. Then check it, you can save it. It doesn't automatically select it. So in case you want to search for moldy, you have to select it yourself. Now, if you have selected moldy, then you can see only 2 molecules are related to moldy. And if you want to make the search even more precise, then you can add a product category here, and let's say wine. And now you can select wine, and it only leaves 3-chloranisol, which is the cork taint. If you tick that one, you can see which incidents have been related to wine and moldy. There are different ways how the cork taint has ended up in wine. So you can see here the summary, which is a headline, which is important later for the incident entry. But I would just point it out that this is the headline. And you can open the incident to see more information. You can see the headline. You can see developing mechanism. You can see where the information has cut from. This is the citation for the same incident here. If there is no solution or there is no citation here, then the author is thought to be the author of the incident. At the moment, the author is just somebody who has put the incident into the database, but the actual source is here. And here you can just see the developing mechanism, how this compound has ended up in wine. Okay, so if you go back, close this one, then you can look other incidents as well more closely. One thing I want to point out is that you only use Chrome because we are only in the beginning of developing, and this is a beta version, so it only works correctly in Chrome. So let me go next to the incident entry. How to enter an incident. This is the most important part for scientists, I think. The headline here should be something short, but informative. I will just copy this because otherwise the typing will take too much time. So let's say an example, microbial contamination causes mushroom-like off flavor in apple juice. So we have apple juice that has mushroom-like off flavor. So we have worked out that there is a developing mechanism how we know that this got there. So cross-contamination of apple juice with the strain Streptomyces spp causes an excessive metabolic formation of octanol, which is associated with mushroom-like off flavor. This is a place where you can be creative, but the most important is that you put the information here. What is the compound and how it got there? Here we want you to explain which production step it happened. So if there's a cross-contamination, then it probably took place in transportation. But you can see there are different production steps which are which can happen in food industry. For example, it can be raw material, it can be dilution, it can be roasting, storage, which is packaging, which is very, very normal, or equipment wasn't maintained correctly. So at the moment, we choose transportation distribution. It's important for us for later to make statistics out of it. And also, you need to choose a contamination vector. And it can be either microbiological, it can be chemical reaction, it can be degradation, insects, employees did something wrong, it can be water, air, soil, animal feed. And you need to choose the closest. At the moment, it was microbiological. So very wise would be to say changes at this point. And now, if you are the author of the incident, then you don't have to do anything else at the moment. But if you are not, then you have a citation. For example, for developing mechanism, you took this incident from journal and then you just add all the relative information. And it would be very nice if you have also a solution, but you might not have at this point. But in the end, we want every incident to have a solution, so other scientists can add a solution to your incident, for example. So you can add a solution. I will copy this again. In order to avoid cross-contamination at transportation stage, transportation vessels for apple juice should be double washed. So if that is your solution, then save again. Okay, something happened. So what else is important for the incident is the product. Apple juice. You just start typing, it's auto-complete, and then you add apple juice. I said changes. You need for the incident to add a flavor quality. To add a flavor quality, again, you need to put it was mushroom-like. So you start typing. You can see mushroom here, and you save. So the incident here has now a mushroom odor or flavor quality. Now you add a molecule. You can do it in different order, but here the compound has octanol, 3-octanol has Cas number 3391864. So now you have what happened was that this compound is not in the database. So we go back, and this can happen because in the beginning, not all the compounds are there. So if you save your incident, then this report issue button appears, and you can here request the molecule. And here you can also request the flavor. For example, let's say there wasn't a mushroom like off flavor in the database, so you say, please add mushroom. Or you can request the product. For example, the other day I wanted to add off flavor incident about coconut juice. There wasn't the coconut juice in there, so I requested a product. Please add a coconut juice. At the moment, I need to say that please add open trio. It would be very wise if you also use the Cas number. Then we are on the same page. So if you send it, then at the moment you can't actually publish the incident unless there is a molecule added to the incident. So if you change it, it will go to your dashboard, your drafts, and you get a notification that thank you and your compound has been added. And then you go to your drafts at the dashboard, you open the incident, and then add the molecule that has been added. But let's say that I'm not using octanol, but let's say this compound, for example. I just show you how to add a compound. Let's say this is octanol. It's not, but let's say it will be. Then you press more info, and then you get a little bit more information about the molecule. And here you have to select a column that you used. Let's say, or the closest column. You use DB5MS, then you choose DB5 here. And you can see that Add to Incident button appeared. And now you can press that one. I want to point out that actually you can add your own discovery methods. If, let's say, you used DB1, but there is no DB1 here, or DB1 alike column, but there is no such column here, then actually you can add the discovery method. I will not show you how, because it will be in a different path, not in here, because here you can do it, but it won't save. You have to do it first, and then you can select it later here. It will appear here, and then you select your own added column. If you know your own index, your gas, which gas you use, which oven temperature, etc. So this will be added below here. But let's say I use DB5MS, so it's okay to use DB5. Spelling points, add to incident, and now you can see that this compound is added to the incident. Actually, you can add up to 4 molecules to each incident. Why 4? It's otherwise too much. And if there are other compounds responsible for the off flavor, but they are maybe not that important, then use the 4 most important ones. So I will show you once again how to add a molecule. Let's say another one. Let's say it is amphetamine, but it doesn't matter at the moment. We mostly use DB5 because but that's what we use. But if you use DB1, for example, then use that one. To incident, now you have 2 molecules. These are, every molecule has their own odor quality, but the blue one is the one that is related to the incident. And now you can say changes. You can, I don't know why this didn't work. Maybe now I think it works. No. Anyway, you should be able to publish now. If you press publish, then you need to read through terms and conditions and click check here if you agree with the terms and conditions, and then publish. Anyways, this is your incidents that you have published, and you can see the state of the publishing, because every incident that you publish will go under review by our moderators, just to see if everything fits there and if it's normal and it makes sense. So it is either pending, so it's under review, or it's rejected for some reason. And if it's rejected, then there will be comments why it is rejected. So I have several pending ones. And if one is accepted, then you'll have accepted here. And you can open them, you can see them, you can view the history. That's not important at the moment. So I think I did everything with the enter incident. And now the news. Oh, that was the dashboard. Yeah. News. This is useful if you are interested in particular food category. For example, you study wine or you study dairy products mostly. Then you can tick which products in categories or interest you most. And then every time somebody chooses something or publishes something under this category, then you will be informed via email. So you can see all the product categories here. So, okay, very shortly, I will show you where to add your own method. You take the search molecule view, the very first view when you enter. You take a molecule that you analyzed. You press more info. And now you can add discovery method here. Then you have carrier gas, helium, mostly. Column is 35 ms, for example. We use a 50, the wind retention index window 50. So I don't know, let's say that it was 1,253, but then I say 45 and 55. And I add an enter a noven temperature. And for that we use, it's very good if you just see from the manual. We use the same format that NIST does, NIST database. So let's say 40 degrees is a starting point, then 10 degrees per minute to 280, and then at 1 minute. So holding time. So point is, it doesn't have to be always the same, but so that people understand. That's the most important part. And then you save, and this should appear down here. For some reason it doesn't. So like I said, it is It is a beta version, so it has some bugs. But if it does, it goes down here. And then later you can add it to your incident by choosing your own. And so the source will be your name here. Okay, but for every compound, you can see all connected incidents. Let's say azathrine has one incident, and you can access the incident information here as well. Hope you, the presentation will go live also on our webpage, so you can access there. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Bye.